Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing the all-new Alfa Romeo Stelvio Estrema. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Alfa Romeo here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Stelvio. And by the way, this one is available for sale for the time being. If you're interested, I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below. If you have any questions or need any help whatsoever, just ask to work with John. And then on a side note, if you want to save time, money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 280 horsepower and then 306 pound-feet of torque. Now this is where things start to get spicy with this Estrema package, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but anyways, look at the haunches there on either side of the hood with this, and I love this blue paint, by the way. Coming down below, super distinctive daytime running lights, and then you guys can see with the headlight itself, parking sensors here on the front end, and then look at the Alfa Romeo logo, and then you guys can see the carbon fiber integrated into the signature front grille, and you guys will see a lot of carbon fiber with this package, but there's the front end. Coming on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 255/40/21 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here we have the Clover style wheels on this package, and they're kind of like this really dark metallic gray. They almost look black, but trust me, they are gray. And then notice the brake caliper has been painted black, which is pretty cool. Body painted fender flares here, which are pretty flush with the bodywork. Got our Estrema badge right there. Carbon fiber for the mirror caps. And then if we take a few steps back, this is a piece of art. Look at this thing. So here's our key fob for the Stelvio. You guys can see you've got the Alfa Romeo logo there on the back. We have our unlock function, our lock function, the opening here for the hatch, and then the remote start function. And then you can see Alfa Romeo there at the bottom. Pretty cool. But anyways, popping open the hatch. This thing that's really cool about the Stelvio is it is very practical when it comes to storage space. You can see there's quite a bit here in the back. We have these latches to throw down the seats. You have a cargo cover built in as well. And then notice the spare tire underneath. And yeah, just tons of practicality built in. When you are all done, you can lock it, you can press that, and that'll lower the hatch down. It does take a minute. I've noticed that it's kind of overly cautious with its closing. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear. First off, I love how the turn signals look here on the Stelvio, and then you got the signature taillights here as well, another cool feature. All of the badges have been blacked out, and even the covers over the exhaust tips, the diffuser as well. So again, it just has this really cool sporty look. Even the roof rails there at the top, and man, this blue just pops. This is where things get extremely exciting. So you have the same exact interior in this Estrema package as what you get in the Quadrifoglio. So look at the beautiful Italian leather there with the red contrasted stitching, carbon fiber trim down below, and then more really nice leather trim here at the bottom with our contrasted red stitching. And then sorry about the light on the seats, but anyways, leather seats, you know, it's perforated there, and you got like the cool little like divots is the best way to explain it. And I'll actually pop in here. Seats are comfortable, legroom. And then you can see you got a little storage net right there. We've got vents here for the rear. We have heated seats down below, USBs as well. And then notice cup holder armrest set up. Let's head to the front. Now here's the front door panel. Again, you've got that beautiful leather here at the top with the red contrasted stitching, carbon fiber trim just like the rear door panel, and then again more red stitching and leather. Well, not red leather, but anyways, we've got the window controls here, mirror adjustments, memory seats, and then you guys can see speakers for the Harman Kardon sound system, blind spot monitoring here for the mirrors, and then look at the little Alfa Romeo crest there, and then notice perforated in the center, and then you can see down below, power adjustments here on the side, Alfa Romeo logo, and look how beautiful those pedals are. And then we have our light controls here, and I love the actuation with all of Alfa Romeo's controls. Like, it just feels really cool. Parking sensors, that's for your, that rather is for your auto stop start. And then look at the paddles there. But anyways, let's pop in. So here's the steering wheel with the Estrema. You can see really nice leather all around. We've got the contrasted red stitching, and notice this perforated here where you're going to put your thumb so you can get like a good grip, and it's also perforated on the back where your fingers are going to be, you know, race car stuff, right? Voice command, volume controls. We've got our engine stop start button here on the steering wheel. This does have steering assistance as well as the adaptive cruise control, and it has hill descent control for off-roading. giant paddle shifters here mounted on the back. And you can see a little turn signal stalk there. Windshield wiper stalk. There you go. So here's our center gauge cluster for the Estrema. You guys can see you've got analog gauges on either side, and I guess we got to say hashtag save the analog gauges because they look so cool. But you do have that center screen, which will basically just show you different bits of info, like you can see the fuel economy and everything there in the center. Nothing too crazy, but there's that. Now here's the infotainment screen. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then moving to the rest of the infotainment system, I can control everything with the dial if I want, but it is also a touchscreen as well, so if you don't want to use the dial for some reason, you prefer to use the touchscreen stuff, you can do that. But overall, the infotainment system, really easy to use. Pretty straightforward with all of the different menus, right? So, like, yeah, I think that they did a good job overall on it. More beautiful leather here on the dash, and again, look at the red contrasted stitching, then carbon fiber all the way across. I love the circular vents, too, which is really fun. And then anyways, down below, we have our dual zone climate controls here. We do have heated seats and a heated steering wheel with this. And then you can see we actually have this little carbon fiber tab. There's lots of carbon fiber in here, like I said. A couple cup holders right there, and then look at the leather trim right there. More carbon fiber trim all around. We've got the shifter with more of that red stitching and little Italian flag colors right there. And then notice with the parking brake, and then our volume control, and then control the infotainment system. And then we do have right here with our whole drive mode select. So right now we're in the N mode, which is like your natural mode. A, that's kind of like, and you can see right there, it's like your all-weather mode. So if you do take it off-road for some reason, or if it's rainy, and then you have your dynamic mode. And look at this, so we'll go to natural, and then notice dynamic. That illuminates. As I was saying, this illuminates. You can press it to turn it off. This is basically the sport suspension that's automatically on in dynamic, and so if you want to have a smooth ride in dynamic mode, then you can turn it off, which is nice. Anyways, wireless phone charging pad. And then you guys can see with the USBs, again, really nice leather and stitching there. And then a pretty normal glove box. And then popping up top, we do have a panoramic sunroof here. Just another cool feature. Controls the sunroof just there at the top. And then last but not least, in terms of pricing, with this package, it starts at just over like $60,000 before options are added to it, which obviously is quite a bit less expensive compared to a Quadrifoglio, and this has the Quadrifoglio interior. Let's see how it drives. Oh boy. Well, it looks like we're actually not going for a test drive, because sometimes dealer tires are like low, but it looks like 10 PSI. Yeah, we ain't gonna risk that. Actually, we'll still put our seatbelt on because we gotta get this back in our parking space. So I'll quickly talk about the Stelvio as I'm getting this back into its parking space. Sorry that we couldn't do like an official test drive. I have driven a bunch of Stelvios though, including the Quadrifoglio. And what I can tell you with this package is, again, you have the sports suspension and you've got the, you know, quote unquote base powertrain. And so basically this is going to drive super similar to a Stelvio from a handling characteristics perspective. But then when it comes to the acceleration, right, it's going to accelerate like the regular Stelvio. Just look up Ben Hardy Stelvio, and you guys can see my other reviews where I have driven this and given more in-depth driving impressions. Sorry that I couldn't do that with this car, but sometimes we risk it for the biscuit. Not in today's video though. Definitely not going to go out onto the road with a tire that has 10 PSI. I do enough off-roading to know that yeah, you don't want to do that. But I do want you guys to let me know what you think about this Estrema package. For me personally, I am actually really hyped about this. I know that it seems like silly that I'm hyped about like in basically what is an appearance package, but you know, it does kind of add some performance to this, right? Because this is going to handle a little bit better, just drive a little bit better compared to a regular Stelvio. And there's a lot of people that want this like interior experience where like it just feels, again, really high quality and really special, but they don't want to spend, you know, the like, it's like what, $80,000+ for a Quadrifoglio. And so this definitely, you know, it brings like the Quadrifoglio experience down to a much more affordable price point. And again, having the base powertrain with the great handling, like, what more could you ask for? So let me know what you guys think, and that's all. That's because something's up with our video for this Alfa Romeo Estrema. Sorry if you guys couldn't see my face there, but anyways, a huge shout out and thank you to the Alfa Romeo here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Stelvio. Like I said, check out the inventory in the description down below. Ask for John if you need any help or have any questions. I'll see ya.